one estimate, not according to the Center for a New American Security, it estimates that the median number of A1 chips being sold already to China at 12,500. Isn't that correct?
Senator, any diversion of our controls would be a matter for export enforcement, and we are tracking that very closely.
But you're not aware that 12,500 have been sold?
Senator, we track all sorts of data through our analytic capabilities to understand illicit procurement networks. That's very important to our work.
But you don't
it's something
know
we're
about
cracking down on.
12,500?
I can't speak to the specific report that you're referring to, sir.
Well, you need to read the paper. No disrespect. These chips have been sold, and it's been confirmed to China's most elite universities.
Welcome back, real patriots. You're watching Right View Nation, where we pull no punches and expose what the mainstream media is too afraid to touch. I'm fired up today, and you should be too, because what I just watched was a disgrace to every American who believes in strong national defense, real leadership, and common-sense government oversight. So picture this. We've got some of the most powerful, cutting-edge artificial intelligence chips in the world, made right here in America. NVIDIA makes them. These aren't just gaming chips, folks. These are the brains behind tomorrow's weapons systems, surveillance networks, and supercomputers. And guess what? These chips are being sold, yes, sold, to Communist China. The same China that spies on us, steals our tech, and threatens our allies daily. Now hold on. We have export controls in place, right? We've got rules, laws, agencies, whole bureaucracies, whose sole job is to keep these technologies out of enemy hands. So how in the red, white, and blue hell are these chips ending up in Chinese universities, state research labs, and, get this, military-linked institutions? Enter Senator John Kennedy. God bless this man. He's the only one in the room asking real questions while the bureaucrats sit there shifting blame like it's musical chairs in a kindergarten classroom.
Senator Kennedy of Louisiana is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Rosen, and thanks to all of you for being here. Mr. Rosen, NVIDIA makes probably the most advanced artificial intelligence chips, does it not?
NVIDIA does produce advanced chips, yes, Senator.
And those chips are highly coveted because they can perform the massive computations needed to train AI systems, don't they?
I believe so, yes, Senator.
Yeah. And we have export controls on those chips, do we not?
We do, and that's a process led by my colleague, Ms. Kendler.
And we prohibit those chips from being sold to China. Is that correct?
I don't know exactly what chips are prohibited, defer to Ms. Kendler, but I know there are controls on the export.
You don't know whether the advanced NVIDIA artificial intelligence chips are prohibited from being sold to China?
So, Senator, my understanding is that they are, but that is export controls. It lies with my colleague at the Department of Commerce.
So how come we're selling them? We're allowing them to be sold to China?
Senator, I would respectfully defer. I don't oversee export controls. I oversee inbound investment into the United States.
Well, you control investment security, don't you?
I do, and as
all right, let me ask Ms. Kendler. How come we're allowing them to be sold to China?
Senator, our advanced computing controls from last October and the October before, they're absolutely targeted at the most advanced chips, as you noted. We are controlling them for export to China, and we look together with Department of Defense, Energy, and State at where they're going.
Yes, ma'am, but if you go on the internet, you'll find 70 distributors, not 70 distributors, which will sell NVIDIA's supposedly restricted chips to China. And in fact, some of them will sell to China the entire servers. They cost about $300,000 a piece. They've got 8 chips in them. Isn't that a fact?
Senator, I'm not familiar with the website that you're referring to, but what I can tell you...
I'm referring to 70. Do you read the Wall Street Journal?
On occasion, yes.
You should read this article. They've identified at least 70 distributors, and they have confirmed that these chips are being sold to China.
Senator,
I mean, this is very disturbing. One estimate, not according to the Center for a New American Security, it estimates that the median number of A1 chips being sold already to China at 12,500. Isn't that correct?
Senator, any diversion of our controls would be a matter for export enforcement, and we are tracking that very closely.
But you're not aware that 12,500 have been sold?
Senator, we track all sorts of data through our analytic capabilities to understand illicit procurement networks. That's very important to our work.
But you don't
It's something
know
we're
about this
cracking down on.
12,500?
I can't speak to the specific report that you're referring to, sir.
Well, you need to read the paper. No disrespect. These chips have been sold, and it's been confirmed, to China's most elite universities. They've been sold to the state research powerhouse, Chinese Academy of Science, haven't they? You don't know? Do you know anything about that?
Senator, we look at license applications and determine whether they're consistent with national security. If it's not consistent with national security, we do not approve it.
Well, all you got to do is go on, get your computer out, and go on Google and search. And you'll find 70 distributors that are selling these restricted chips that you're not shutting down. And the Wall Street Journal has confirmed all of this.
Sir, we would add entities like that to our entity list as a regulatory action. We would also
But you haven't done it yet.
We would also have our enforcement colleagues investigate these kinds of
Were you
allegations.
aware of this before I raised it today?
Senator, I certainly am aware that when our laws are effective, illicit procurement networks stand up to violate
Were you aware of these 70
them.
distributors and the thousands and thousands that have been sold right there on the internet in front of God and country, bigger than Dallas? Was your agency in charge of enforcing this aware of that?
Senator, I'd be happy to connect you with our enforcement team to talk about this in more detail.
Team?
Yes, sir.
I mean, who's on first? What's on second? We've got export controls here. And all you got to do is go on the internet, and China buys them.
The export.
Are you aware? Were you aware of this before I raised it today?
Senator Kennedy, you've made your point clear. I share your concerns. I think this is one reason why BIS needs more funds. Senator Smith from Minnesota is recognized.
Well, can I just say one more point?
You certainly may.
I don't think they need more money.
Well,
I think they need people that talk to each other and know how to use an internet and know how to read articles in the Wall Street Journal. This is not, you don't have to be an astrophysicist here.
Senator Smith.
Thank you, Chair.
Do we have controls on these chips? He asks. The answer? A bunch of stammering, deflecting, and finger-pointing. One guy even says, well, I don't know the exact chips. Are you kidding me? You're in charge of national investment security, and you don't know whether advanced AI chips are going to China. Kennedy goes on to cite a Wall Street Journal report, not some conspiracy blog, confirming that at least 70 distributors are openly selling these chips to China. On the internet. Right out in the open. No espionage, no secrecy, just good old e-commerce selling our national future to the highest bidder. And what do these officials say in response? We'll look into it. That's not my department. We need more funding. More funding. Lady, you don't need more money. You need a brain, a browser, and the guts to shut this madness down. Patriots, this isn't just about chips. This is about willful incompetence. This is about bureaucrats under Biden's so-called leadership, failing to guard the gates while China builds its technological military empire, using our own innovations. China isn't just buying these chips for fun. They're training AI systems, surveillance systems, hypersonic missile targeting, quantum computing. The next war won't be fought just with boots and tanks. It will be data versus data. And guess what? The Biden administration is handing our enemies the code. And while we're being told to shut up and pay more taxes, the very people who should be protecting us can't even Google where the damn chips are going. So here's what we do, patriots. We call this out, we share this video, and we hold these people accountable. Enough is enough. We don't need more bureaucrats. We need warriors in suits who know how to fight for American sovereignty. Call your representatives. Ask them why 12,500 restricted AI chips are in Chinese hands. Demand answers. Demand action. Because if we don't, the next battlefield won't be in the South China Sea. It'll be in your backyard, and it'll be powered by technology we made and they stole. This is Right View Nation, and we don't apologize for speaking truth to power. We're not here to make Washington comfortable. We're here to make them nervous. Stay loud, stay proud, and stay American. Until next time, don't trust the left, don't fear the truth, and never surrender your country to incompetence. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America.